Every roadblock and hardship that life throws your way becomes a test of who you are inside. You cannot control every twist in the road, but you can absolutely train how steady your thoughts remain when those twists appear. The people who flourish in this world are not given smoother journeys. Their secret is that they have built mental armor that lets them carry any burden. Picture a life where nothing shakes you, where fear no longer grips you, where doubt no longer controls your steps, where your confidence comes from the depths of who you are. That kind of life is possible, and in the next few moments I will show you how to build a mind so unshakable that nothing can break it. When you strengthen what is within, the outside world no longer dictates your peace. Instead of letting hardships crush you, you let them carve you into something stronger, because once you have forged a resilient mind, your entire life transforms, and that strength cannot be taken away. Everything begins in the mind. Just like a house requires a firm foundation before the walls go up, your life needs a steady mental base before you can stand tall. If that base is weak, the slightest storm will knock you over. But if your mind is like stone, no force can topple you. A tree with roots buried deep in the soil does not fear the hurricane. It may bend, but it does not break. In the same way, when your inner world is fortified, you remain upright no matter what chaos comes. The power of your life grows from the thoughts you nurture daily, what you accept as true, how you react under pressure, the way you guide your actions. All of that starts in your head. When you become the master of your thoughts, you become the captain of your own course. Imagine two people faced with the exact same setback. One throws in the towel, the other pushes through. The difference is not in the difficulty they faced, but in the mindset they brought to it. A fragile mind looks for a way out, while a focused mind searches for solutions. A mind that is easily shaken sees barriers everywhere, but a mind built for strength sees opportunities hidden in the same places. Life will always give you trials, but your mind will decide whether those trials break you or build you. You have the ability to train your thinking to stay calm, to stay focused, and to stay brave, and when you do, your entire life becomes stronger, no matter how many storms roll through. But this transformation does not happen overnight. Just like a muscle grows stronger only when it is used again and again, your mental toughness grows through consistent practice. Each time you choose patience over frustration, you harden that mental steel. Every time you reject fear and take a brave step forward, you thicken that inner armor. Every time you rise after a fall, you add a new layer of strength within yourself. These moments may seem small in isolation, but together they build a fortress in your mind. Think of a gardener planting seeds. The garden does not appear in a single night. He waters, nurtures, and waits, trusting that in time the seeds will sprout. Your mind works the same way. The seeds you plant of discipline, courage, hope, will grow slowly but will become unshakable if you keep tending to them. Every time you choose to believe there is a way forward instead of giving up, you are watering that garden. Every time you choose action over idleness, the roots grow deeper. No one is born with a perfectly disciplined mind. Even the strongest, most fearless individuals you admire had to develop it piece by piece. Great leaders, warriors, inventors, they all encountered obstacles and doubt. But instead of letting fear rule them, they learned to rise above it. They met chaos with calm, failure with lessons, and hardship with persistence. That is why they stood tall in life, because they trained their minds first. You may think strength comes from muscles, status, or possessions, but real power begins within. A wealthy person with no control over their thoughts can still be destroyed by worry. A person with influence but no self-discipline will eventually collapse. But someone with an iron mind can lose everything they own and still rebuild from the ground up. That is what it means to be truly unbreakable. Imagine your mind as the root of a tree and your life as the tree itself. If the root is shallow, the tree will fall in the first big storm. But if the root is deep, the tree will stand for decades. This is why it is essential to train your mind daily, not just once in a while. Choose to feed it with thoughts of strength, not weakness. Replace fear with trust, excuses with action. Over time, the outer world will reflect the stability you have built inside. When your mind is strong, you carry an invisible foundation with you wherever you go. Life may throw storms your way, winds may try to knock you down, but you will stand tall because the base cannot be shaken. Direction is just as important as strength. Imagine a ship adrift at sea with no destination marked on its map. It will float aimlessly, tossed around by waves, ending up who knows where. But give the captain a compass and a clear target, and suddenly every wave has meaning. Even the storms are faced with purpose because the crew knows where they are headed. Your goals work the same way. Without them, you wander through life reacting to whatever happens. With them, you begin moving intentionally, step by step, toward a chosen destination. A focused mind needs something to aim at. A goal gives you that aim and keeps you from wasting your effort on things that do not matter. Think of climbing a mountain. If you do not know which peak you are climbing, every step feels endless and pointless. But if you can see the summit and know it is your target, each step, no matter how small, feels like progress. It might still be exhausting, but it is no longer meaningless. Goal setting is not just about wishing for things to happen. It is about creating a path with deliberate steps. When you choose a goal, you are making a promise to yourself. This is where I am going, no matter how long it takes. That inner promise develops discipline and focus, and those qualities strengthen your mind. But your goals must be specific. A vague thought like, I want a better life, will not lead you anywhere because it is not clear enough to follow. A precise goal sounds like, I will read for an hour every day to expand my knowledge, or I will train every day until I reach this skill level. Clear goals act like sharp arrows that fly straight toward their mark, while vague ones fall to the ground before reaching anywhere. Break each goal into smaller tasks you can do daily. Even a castle was not built all at once. It was laid stone by stone. Your dreams work the same way. If you want to become wise, read a few pages every day. If you want to grow strong, start with small, regular training sessions. It may seem slow, but those small steps are what carry you to great heights. Some days will be harder than others. You may feel distracted or wonder if it is worth the effort. There will be temptations to quit. But if you hold the vision of your goal clearly in your mind, you will always find the strength to take at least one more step. That clear mental map is what keeps you from getting lost when the road becomes difficult. Without goals, you waste time and energy on things that do not bring you closer to anything meaningful. With them, every decision gains significance. You stop drifting through life and start steering your own ship. And yet, even with a strong mind and clear goals, life will still knock you down. The real question is whether you get back up. Life is rarely a straight, smooth road. It is full of detours, falls, and unexpected turns. No person has ever walked through life without being brought to their knees at least once. What shows your true strength is not how high you climb when the sun is shining, but how many times you rise again when the storm knocks you over. That is resilience, the ability to get up again and again, no matter how many times you are pushed down. Think of a ball that bounces back higher every time it hits the ground, or a tree that survives the winter even when its branches are bare. When spring comes, it grows stronger than before, and the roots that held it steady in the snow are what make it bloom once more. Many people make the mistake of believing that failure is the end. They fall once and stop trying, but those who build powerful lives see failure as a lesson, not a grave. When something goes wrong, they ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, it's over. They take every failure as a teacher that makes them wiser, sharper, and more prepared for the next step. History is filled with inventors, leaders, and thinkers who failed more times than they succeeded. What made them stand out was their refusal to stay down. Each fall gave them a new insight, each loss gave them patience, and each challenge toughened their spirit. Resilience does not mean you feel no pain. It does not mean you never cry or never fear. It simply means you do not stay down forever. Imagine a fighter in a battle. He may be cut and bruised, but he wipes the blood from his face, picks up his sword, and keeps moving forward. That is the essence of resilience. To build this, you must first accept that setbacks are part of the path. Stop expecting life to be smooth all the time. When you know challenges will come, you are less shocked when they appear. Second, remember your purpose. When you know why you started, you find the strength to keep going. And third, move forward even if it is just one small step at a time. Some days you may not be able to run. That's okay. Take a slow step, but keep going. Each time you rise after a fall, your inner strength grows thicker, your mind becomes sharper, your spirit becomes braver. Eventually, what once felt impossible will become the reason you are so strong today. And finally, none of this matters if you do not believe in yourself. Inside every person is a quiet voice. Sometimes it tells you, you've got this, and sometimes it whispers, you're not good enough. The direction of your life depends on which voice you choose to trust. Self-belief is that deep, unshakable trust that no matter what happens, you will find a way through. Without it, even the best plans will collapse. With it, even an ordinary person can accomplish extraordinary things. Picture a soldier on the battlefield. His armor might be strong, his sword sharp, but his real weapon is the conviction that he can win. Without belief, all the weapons in the world are useless. Or imagine a runner at the starting line. If he doubts himself, every step will feel heavier. But if he believes he can reach the finish line, that belief will power his legs. Belief is what turns effort into victory. Most people wait for others to cheer them on before they move. They wait for applause, encouragement, or someone else's approval. But true confidence comes when you no longer need the crowd to push you. You push yourself. The greatest creators, dreamers, and pioneers were told again and again that they would not succeed, and still they moved forward because they chose to believe in themselves before anyone else did. That inner belief became the solid ground on which they built everything. Believing in yourself does not mean you will never stumble. It means you trust yourself to get back up and keep walking. It does not mean you know every step ahead. It means you trust yourself to learn to adjust and to keep searching for a way until you find it. A resilient mind says, I will figure this out even when the road is dark. That kind of confidence becomes the light that guides you when nothing else seems certain. You build self-belief by paying attention to the words you feed your mind. If all you ever tell yourself is, I can't, your mind will begin to accept it as truth. But when you replace those words with, I can, I will, I am capable, you rewire your inner voice to work for you instead of against you. Your repeated thoughts become your habits, and your habits shape the life you live. Speak to yourself with courage until courage becomes second nature. Another powerful way to grow belief in yourself is to keep the promises you make to yourself. Each time you say you will do something and you follow through, your trust in yourself grows. Each time you break that promise, you weaken that trust. Over time, these kept promises stack on top of each other like bricks, building a wall of confidence that no one can knock down. Begin with small actions and honor your own promises, even the quiet ones no one else hears. When you prove to yourself that you can be trusted in the smallest of matters, you slowly earn the right to handle larger battles. Never forget that comparison slowly poisons confidence. The moment you measure your worth against someone else's timeline, you dim the very light that makes you unique. Each person carries their own map, their own pace, and their own lessons to learn. Your only true rival is the version of you from yesterday. Growth comes from focusing on your own progress, not from chasing the footsteps of another. Picture a seed pressed into the earth, hidden from sight. No one notices the silent struggle happening underground, yet the seed persists, reaching upward until it breaks through the surface and becomes a tree. This is how belief in yourself operates. It may start quietly, a mere whisper inside you, but when you nurture it each day, it grows into something unshakable. Eventually, your life rises or falls to the level of belief you choose. If you think of yourself as weak, your actions will mirror that. If you see yourself as capable, your choices will reflect strength. Build faith in yourself, and you build a stronger life. Speak power over your thoughts. Carry yourself tall, even when others doubt you, because the moment you truly trust yourself, you unlock a force no one can take from you. There is a bridge between your hopes and the life you want, and that bridge is discipline. Many dream of greatness, yet few are willing to endure what discipline asks. It does not care about convenience. It asks you to do what matters rather than what feels comfortable. It urges you forward when exhaustion sets in, when distractions call your name, when motivation disappears. This is why discipline is the line that divides the ones who only wish from the ones who create results. Consider a farmer. He cannot expect a harvest if he never sows seeds or tends to the field. Waiting for inspiration before he works would leave the land empty. Discipline means waking up, showing up, and doing the task regardless of mood. A rich harvest is born from daily, faithful effort. Motivation is like the wind. Here one moment, gone the next. It cannot be trusted to sustain you. If you rely on it alone, you stop the moment your feelings turn. Discipline is steady. It does not ask if you feel like it. It asks if you are committed. Discipline is not about massive actions, but about small, steady choices, rising at the time you said you would, finishing what you began, practicing a skill even in private. Each act of discipline is a brick, and with time, those bricks create an unshakable fortress in your mind. Once the mind is trained, life becomes unstoppable. Warriors, champions, leaders, none of them gained strength by luck. They built themselves brick by brick through discipline. They trained while others rested, studied while others wasted time, and pushed when others quit. Their power was the result of relentless consistency, not comfort. Discipline teaches patience, too. In a world obsessed with speed and shortcuts, discipline reminds you that real strength is forged slowly. A mountain is shaped over centuries. A river carves its path over years. Your goals are no different. Discipline gives you the patience to endure the waiting and the grit to keep going. Discipline will often feel uncomfortable, which is why many people avoid it. It is far easier to procrastinate, to rest, to give excuses. But the temporary sting of discipline is light compared to the weight of regret. The small sacrifices you make now save you from the heavy pain of missed opportunities later. Start simple. Make one promise to yourself that moves you closer to your dream. Keep it every single day, no matter what. The more you keep showing up, the less you depend on mood, and the more you rely on purpose. Over time, discipline becomes as natural as breathing. It is freedom. It frees you from being a prisoner of laziness, emotions, and excuses. Without it, every distraction controls you. With it, you stand firm, focused, and unshakable. Choose the path of discipline today so tomorrow's road is smoother. Teach your mind to follow purpose rather than pleasure. When you master discipline, you master yourself. And once you master yourself, you are ready for whatever life throws at you. Yet discipline alone is not enough. There must also be passion. Passion is the fire that fuels the long road. It is what makes the hard work meaningful. It is the spark that makes the late nights and early mornings worth it. Without passion, life becomes dull and heavy. With passion, even the most difficult task feels lighter because your heart is fully engaged. Imagine a craftsman carving wood. To a passerby, it might seem tiring and repetitive, but to him, it is a labor of love. His passion keeps him patient as he shapes and polishes until the work is beautiful. That is passion's magic. It turns work into art. This does not mean the path will always feel easy. Even the things you love will challenge you, drain you, and test you. But passion whispers, keep going, this matters. This is why passionate people go further than most. They are driven from within. Passion is rarely something you simply find by accident. It grows as you invest yourself into something. At first, it might be just a small flicker of curiosity, but as you commit time, energy, and attention, it becomes a roaring flame. Passion is built by choosing to show up with heart. It also guards you from quitting too early. Excitement fades, but passion stays, like embers that keep burning long after the fire seems to die down. Think of a runner on a steep hill. His lungs ache, his muscles scream, but his desire to finish pushes him forward. Passion carries him where willpower alone would fail. If you are unsure where your passion lies, start by noticing what makes you lose track of time, what challenges feel thrilling rather than draining, what kind of work fills you with purpose. These clues guide you toward the fire that is yours to build. Once you find it, protect it. Give it your time, attention, and energy. Passion grows when it is nurtured, and soon it becomes a force that powers every step of your journey. It also inspires others. When people witness someone working with love and energy, it awakens their own spirit. Passion spreads like a flame. A teacher's passion makes students hungry to learn. A leader's passion makes teams dare to achieve more. A parent's passion lights the way for their children. But passion without direction becomes chaos, just as fire without focus burns without purpose. Discipline gives passion its shape, and passion gives discipline its energy. Together they make a life both powerful and fulfilling. Guard your passion carefully. Do not allow fear, doubt, or criticism to snuff it out. Feed it daily through effort, practice, and care. When you live passionately, life stops being just about survival and becomes about fully living. You stop counting hours and start making them matter. Passion brings life to the journey, and a journey full of life makes you unshakable. A strong mind must also learn and adapt. Life never stays the same. People come and go, seasons change, and yesterday's solutions may no longer work tomorrow. To live strong, you must be able to shift, adjust, and keep growing. Strength is not stiff like stone, but flexible like flowing water. Picture a river meeting a boulder. It does not rage against it. It moves around it, slowly shaping the rock itself. When life blocks your path, you must be willing to find another way. A rigid branch snaps in a storm, but a flexible one bends and survives. True strength is not the refusal to bend. It is the ability to bend without breaking. Growth begins with learning. Every obstacle, every mistake, every failure hides a lesson. Those who refuse to learn repeat the same mistakes and grow weaker. Those who choose to learn become wiser, more capable, and more prepared for whatever comes next. The wise do not see failure as defeat, but as instruction. They ask, what lesson lives inside this moment? That question turns every setback into progress. Adaptability is the next step. It means your purpose stays firm, but your methods shift. Imagine a traveler reaching a blocked mountain path. He does not give up and go home. He finds another way, maybe longer, maybe harder, but he keeps going. This is adaptability. It keeps dreams alive when the journey changes. Every great inventor, thinker, or pioneer had to adapt. Many of their first attempts failed. They succeeded not by avoiding failure, but by improving after it. Adaptability also requires letting go of fear. Change frightens many because it feels uncertain, but change is part of life. Just as night becomes day and winter becomes spring, change is inevitable. You cannot stop it, but you can prepare your mind to embrace it as an opportunity. Stay curious. Ask questions. Seek out knowledge. The moment you assume you already know everything is the moment your growth stops. A curious mind stays alive, stretching like roots deeper into the ground. Humility is necessary too. Sometimes you must accept that your old ways no longer work. Letting go of outdated ideas does not make you weak, it makes you wise. Strength does not cling to pride, it seeks the best path forward. Think of a sailor. He cannot command the wind, but he can adjust his sails. Life's winds will shift, but if you know how to adjust, you will keep moving toward your goal. When you embrace learning and adaptability, you become free. Failure no longer traps you. Change no longer scares you. You stop fearing storms and start learning how to sail through them. Your mind is the lens through which you see the world, and that lens shapes your entire experience. Two people can face the same trial. One calls it ruin. The other calls it an opportunity to grow. The event is the same, but their mindset changes everything. A positive mind is like a clear window. It does not erase hardship, but it allows you to see the lesson within the struggle. Stand in a field during a storm. One person sees only destruction coming. Another sees the rain as a gift that will water the soil for new life. The storm is unchanged, but their outlook transforms it. This is the quiet power of positivity. It turns pain into progress. Positivity does not mean ignoring difficulty or pretending everything is fine. It means choosing courage over fear, hope over despair, and solutions over endless complaints. Trouble will always exist, but how you respond decides whether you rise or collapse. Like a farmer who cannot stop the rain, but can prepare the land, you cannot control every circumstance, but you can control your response. Gratitude is one of the strongest tools for building this mindset. Gratitude teaches you to notice what is already good instead of obsessing over what is missing. A heart that counts blessings grows stronger. Gratitude clears the fog of frustration and shows you how much you already have to stand on. Another way to strengthen positivity is to focus on what you can control. Many lose their peace worrying about events beyond their reach. They place their happiness on outcomes they cannot command, and when things fail, they collapse. But the resilient focus on their own actions and release what they cannot change. This creates calm, clarity, and strength. Think of a builder whose home is washed away by flood. He could sit in despair, cursing his fate. Instead, he chooses to rebuild, this time stronger than before. The disaster did not end his story. It gave him the chance to write a better chapter. This is what a positive mindset offers, the ability to see opportunity where others see only ruin. Your words play a role too. The language you use with yourself is like planting seeds. Doubt will grow weak roots, but words of strength will grow courage. Tell yourself, I will endure, I will rise, I will build. Soon your inner voice becomes a light that stays bright even in darkness. A strong mind also lifts others. When people see someone calm and steady during hardship, they feel encouraged to be the same. Your attitude becomes a torch that lights the path for others lost in the storm. Hardship cannot be removed from life, but it does not have to control you. Choose to see lessons, choose to see blessings, choose to see tomorrow's possibilities instead of yesterday's failures. This is not about living an easy life, but about living a powerful one. When you choose positivity, every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Every loss becomes training, and every storm becomes a teacher. And then comes the most crucial piece, action. Dreams and ideas are like seeds, full of potential, but unless planted, they remain locked away forever. Many people wait for perfect timing, saying they will begin when everything feels right. But the truth is, perfect conditions never arrive. If you keep waiting, you will wait forever. The strong move forward despite not knowing exactly how things will unfold. A farmer does not wait for a sky without wind or risk before planting. He plants, trusting the process, knowing the harvest will not come if he does nothing. Action is the seed that turns vision into reality. Without action, there is no result. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to step forward while fear shouts in your ear. Picture a warrior preparing for battle. His heart may beat fast, but he still advances. Fear will always give you reasons to stay still. What if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you fall short? But a strong mind asks different questions. What if I succeed? What if this changes my life? What if this step is the turning point? Every achievement in history began with one small act of courage. Someone dared to take the first step, speak the first idea, write the first page, build the first stone. None of them saw the entire path, but they acted anyway. Action also builds confidence. You may doubt yourself at first, but every step forward teaches your mind that you are capable. Confidence does not appear before action. It grows because of action. A quiet voice becomes powerful when it speaks. Weak legs grow strong when they walk. Fear fades when faced head-on. Action is not just about giant leaps. It is about small, consistent movement. A river carves deep valleys not with one great rush, but with steady flow. Write one paragraph, take one step, practice one skill, speak one brave word. Small acts done daily create mountains of results over time. Action carries risk. Yes, you may fail, but failure while trying is far more valuable than failure from never trying at all. The person who refuses to act has already lost. The one who acts and falls has gained wisdom, courage, and a new chance to try again stronger. Do not let fear tie you down or doubt silence your hands. Begin now with what you have, right where you are. Then keep going, one step after another. Movement builds momentum, and momentum will carry you further than you dreamed possible. Life rewards those who act, not just those who hope. Dreams give you vision, courage gives you fire, but action brings it all to life. Step boldly, move forward. Even the smallest step counts, because once you act, you awaken a strength that was within you all along, waiting for you to call it forth.